What's up, guys? Sand7 here, and The-Coop. This is a guild that is in prime position to make a run for the top 100 and getting ready for Guild Wars. They're all over it. And, alright, how do you join? Well, contact Johnny. Here are the requirements. 200 shards a week. 300 probably soon, but they do tier 3 at 1500 server time. There's your line chat contact info. Johnny Alvarado 96. And well, here's his base. And guys, yes, the guild is full now, but they are instantly going to upgrade it, open 5 spots, and there are up to 10 more spots available when they start getting rid of some inactives. Guys, they also do competitions. There's a competition going on right now, $50 for each member that hits Elite first for the first 10. So guys, this is an awesome guild, awesome setup. They are holding on to maybe some shards, maybe a plan to jump the top 100 really quick. You can see there's the spot right there. They are going after it. They are all over it. So guys, that is a definite good choice for guilds on Android. All right, well, next up, 2434 Fire. Yes, and I'm going to be bringing back kind of not exactly the same way I did rate my base back in the day, but something similar. And well, he's first up, and I'm going to get into this before I get into all about Immortep in-depth. And what I'm doing here is, after seeing Jay's teleporting angel, I figured, well, I want a teleporting angel too. So I went ahead and got him to drop all the guardians. You can see the angel just sitting there, not even knowing what to do, but just flying through. Just absolutely fun to watch. And yeah, guys, this one is not sped up. That is just normal speed. And in this, basically, I'll find someone, and I won't be doing any more of these until at least a week from now, because I'm taking a little bit of time off, but I've got some videos spread out. Now, this is him raiding me, and got him to try basically what I like to call the 4 corners attack, and does a really good job with it. There was just one very, very small mistake that would have 100%ed without losses, and right here with TG, if he gets the GA in time, all that tower aggro's on TG. The rest of his guys take care of it, but he's a little bit late. No worries, though, because, well, the hooker's coming through to finish things up. Oh, yeah. Spirit Mage, can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Yeah, he is. Alright, so let's get into the video. Let's talk about Immortep and, you know, should you farm him first? Should you farm Reaper? Because I still get this question all the time. And, guys, here are the 2 Immorteps that I'm working with. This is the one on my main, capped at 140. Skill of only 4 of 9, and if you think that Immortep is unlike Reaper where it's useless, you gotta level, you don't have to level that skill up. Guys, you do. Either hero, you're gonna have to level the skill up or it's not gonna be worth anything. The biggest difference is Immortep is a much better hero for the beginning to mid game than for the end game. Now in the end game, very high skill level is very good at Jay, and in the mid game to beginning, he's just all around awesome with low skill. You can see on my Smurf it was only 2 of 9, or I'm sorry, maybe 3 of 9 skill, but you can see that, well, he's a good raiding hero at lower mights. Now up at my might for raiding and in Dungeon 8, no, Reaper's a much better choice. Now Immortep is a very tanky hero. It's got close to the HP of AC, and I mean that's a lot of HP. He can live for a long time. Now, his attack is pretty low, being around Cupid, so that's, you're really relying on his proc that is, basically an AoE stunning proc, where when he does proc, he hits anywhere from 4 to 9 targets, I believe. And if you want the real numbers, the in-depth numbers, here's the link to Jay's channel. Check that annotation out. Like I said, he's doing a number crunching series that's going along with my legendaries in-depth, and you'll get all the in-depth stats and numbers about Immortep that you need. Now, Immortep really shines for you in HBM, and when it comes to my level right here on E, he is godly, and he doesn't need to be skilled way up to be useful. And however, on my main account, I'll show you HBM where, well, he's not working at all for me because he's not leveled. So if you think you can just get by without skilling him up because, oh, well, I want him and not Reaper because I don't want to put in the shards for the, for the skill level. Well, guys, you're going to have to skill him up either way. So that shouldn't be what you're factoring in. Now, the really big thing is what he does for you versus the boss. And if you're not able to permastun and you're sitting there deciding, should I get Reaper? Should I get Immortep? Then yes, you should get Immortep, because the only reason I'm able to get a permastun and go the full 3 minutes versus the boss is because I have an Immortep. And we'll see right here on E4. Let's see how Immortep does for me. And this is where he shines. Out on that, flank when troops are coming in, he is just all over the place. And I know this defense is terrible. I haven't adjusted it. Basically, the base glitches just pissed me off enough to where I'm not touching my base anymore. I'm tired of redesigning it. So I'll just wait for a while. You can see right there, well, there he is procking on all different kinds of heroes everywhere, and like I said, anywhere from about 4 to 9 is generally what you're gonna see. And here's the boss, and without a Immortep stun of 1.5 seconds, I cannot go this long versus the boss. So I'm gonna speed it up really fast just so you can see. I actually don't do the full 3 minutes. I don't get a permastun, but it's close. And with my Pumpkin Duke at 4 of 9, that's, it's very, very, very difficult to get it in perfectly because the timing has to be so precise. But without Immortep, I cannot do this, and I would get killed in the boss without having him. So if you need a boss hero, he's a great choice. Reaper, on the other hand, is not a boss hero. So let's take a look at some high-end HBM. And we're throwing in Immortep in place of Reaper. Now, I know skill level and level, it's off. So that's one thing that's going to be a difference. Right now, Immortep being 140 versus my Reaper, which is at 150 and 7 of 9 versus the only 4 of 9 for Immortep. Now, talent-wise, in the arena, Revite is very good. You can use Immortep with the combination of Thunder God with both having Revite because of that attack range of 1 for Immortep, which will give you a nice advantage. Now, other talents that you might want to consider for him, of course, War God, Bulwark, anything to get his proc hitting harder. Zerk is another good one because there's no cooldown. He can just sit there and chain over and over and over and over again. And what you're going to see here is I get waxed in J3. I can't even get to J5, and that's very unusual. That does not happen. And, well, that's it for that one. So we'll skip it. And I figured I'd just drop back to I. Why not? Let's go ahead and drop back to I. We're going to use Immortep again in place of Reaper. And at least on I know that I'm over 90% farming this one. I usually do not have any problems whatsoever, but ooh, Spirit Mage, why are you hitting my boy Immortep? What's going on with that? Okay, so by I1 and moving into I2, not the worst spawn. Oh god, Thunder God's hitting me there, and maybe I'm just a bit unlucky with this because, well, is it Reaper or is it Immortep that's causing this issue by not being skilled? I know people farm J with Immortep at a really high level and is a really useful hero when it comes to that. But for me, right now, my setup, he is not working towards in-game stuff. I know there are people in the arena that use him, and they use him very well. He's a extremely high DPS hero. He is good at stunning, but overall, in the end, I do prefer the Reaper. Beginning game to mid game, love Immortep. Once I get to the end, I'll take Reaper over him all day long. All right, moving on to I5 and get a spawn over here. This is actually a good spawn spot, but not having Pumpkin Duke is going to hurt. There's some Immortep procking, but not enough damage. Maybe it's a skill. Maybe it's not having Pumpkin Duke, but I go down. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Stan7 out.